have a serious question for you on this daily dose of vitamin D3 in my fifth day, I believe it is now, for my 21-day vertical live stream challenge. I want to ask you a serious question. And that question is, are you really free if you are solely dependent on one income source? I'm going to ask that question again, and I really want you to think about it. Are you really free if you are solely dependent on one single income source? And let me know seriously in the chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, in the comments, what your thoughts are around that and what you're feeling about that, be it that you are working a 9-to-5, working a side gig or a side hustle, running a business. If you're putting all of your eggs in one basket, are you really free? That's my question to you. Okay? What I want to know is it worth it for you to create multiple revenue streams so that you're not finding yourself solely dependent on simply just one income source? Because I care so much about creating freedom, and freedom means so much to me. It is really one of my core values, truly one of my core values, and I don't deviate from it, so much so that I have dedicated an entire day called Freedom Friday. That's today, and I have the opportunity to do whatever I want, living life on my terms, living my first class life, living life in the way that I want, how I want, with whomever I want, doing whatever I want. And I really want that for you. I really and truly want that for you. So I ask the question again, if you are only, hi, thanks for joining. If you are only depending on one income source, I really want you to answer the question. I'm going to wait for you to answer the question. I want to know, is that really free? If you are just depending on one job that's giving you a paycheck, you've got a business or a side gig, but you've got to work really hard for it. Is that something that is allowing you to feel the way that life should feel, which is liberating, right? So if you're not feeling liberated, then, that really is problematic, is it not? Because that's what life is supposed to be about, is freedom. You're not supposed to feel incarcerated. You're not supposed to feel like you are slaving your life away. You're not supposed to, be in a position where you've got to work for someone for the rest of your life. You really and truly need to make sure that all that you are striving for is leading you down the path of freedom. And when I say freedom, I truly don't mean that you're living for, I don't just mean financial freedom, although yes, that's a big part of it. But I'm talking about time and location freedom as well. I am seriously talking about taking control of your life, being the boss of you, the CEO of your life, okay? Nobody else should be in control of your destiny or your destination, right? And in order for you to feel free, to feel liberated, to live life on your terms, you've got to create it for yourself. You've got to create a different narrative and a different story in your mind, and you've got to actually do what is going to be required of you to live the life that you love and design it the way that you see fit for you. And that means that you are not trying to match what societal norms say your life should be or should look like. It means that you are not trying to feel that, that you are doing what somebody else wants for you and what they say is right for you. It's all about what you feel and what you know is best and right for you, what feels good to your soul. Because nobody is living your life but you. That means nobody else gets an opportunity to dictate what your life should look like, should feel like. Do you know what I'm saying? So I really and truly want you to create a life of freedom. And for me personally, and this might be true for you too, that could look like a number of things. For me, what it actually is me being right here, right now, talking to you midday, early evening for me, where I'm at right now on the West Coast, poolside, beautiful breeze in December, okay? Having a chat with you. It means nobody is even looking for me right now, as far as nobody's questioning where my whereabouts are. Nobody is, I'm not obligated to anything I don't want to be obligated to. I'm not committed to anything I want to be committed to. I'm doing this and showing up because this is what I choose to do. And that's what it's all about. It's about having options in life. And that's really what freedom is, right? The choices that we make. And that starts with making a decision. One decision and a changed mind will change everything for you. Freedom for me means I got my hair done earlier, not too long before, earlier in the day, sometime today. I don't even remember. I think it was like latter part of this morning. And then I went and ran a couple of errands, and then I did whatever else I did, but it was on my terms. I didn't have to go clock in for my employer. I'm not having to work for a boss. I didn't have to ask for permission. I didn't have to, ask anybody for me to do anything because I create my own schedule. It's about freedom. It's about flexibility. It's about power. It's about control. Right? And so, if who doesn't want to get pampered in the middle of the day, on a weekday, on a work day, while the majority of the world is at work? I get to go get a massage if I choose to. I get to go to a spa. I get to go get a facial. I can get my hair and nails done. I can go on a shopping spree. I can work with however many clients I choose to work with, as long as I'm going to be able to still hit my revenue goals. It's about creating a life that I am happy with. What I deem as the definition of what success looks like for me. And so I'm going to ask you the question again that I started with earlier when I opened up this conversation, and that is, are you really free if you have one income source? Especially if that income source is a paycheck that you're getting from a job. You're working paycheck to paycheck, or you're working multiple gigs or multiple side hustles, which equates to a burnout, right? Very quickly. So for me, freedom is about spending quality time with family and friends, doing things with my loved ones, traveling to any destination I choose to when I so desire. You understand what I'm saying? And financial freedom is, of course, a big part of freedom, because it is the resource that we need to not buy happiness, but to buy our time back, right? To buy things that we enjoy, to do the things that we love. So I really want you to just consider what that might look like for you, and then drop it in the chat, or like I said, if you're watching this replay, let me know in the comments, what does freedom look like for you? What does it feel like? How do you envision it for yourself? Let's talk about it. And you know what? Even if you're working a 9 to 5 right now, you can still create freedom and spaciousness in your calendar, which is another part of what freedom looks like for me. And right now, I'm able to work a 4-day work week. That's by my choice. In order for me to hit my revenue goals, I only need to work with a few clients a month. You understand? So you've got to design what that looks like for you. And at this big old age, honey, in my 50s, I'm in my young 50s, okay? I'm in the prime of my life. I feel great. I feel blessed. So with that said, that is because I created this life for myself. And you have the opportunity to do the same. You too, even in your job right now, can choose something that will allow you to work shorter work weeks or reduced work hours. And the way that I got here, by the way, is by creating multiple revenue streams for myself. Okay, so, and by multiple revenue streams, do know, I don't mean, contrary to popular belief, okay, I don't mean that I created more work for myself, right? Because people hear multiple income streams and they immediately think, oh, you mean like multiple side hustles? Multiple side gigs? No, because that's going to keep you in hustle mode, and hustle mode's going to keep you burnt out. I don't mean that. I really and truly mean multiple income streams. Embracing ease is what it's about. For me, in my 50s, okay, at this age, stage, and phase of my life, I am not willing to burn out. I am anti-stress and anti-struggle. I am anti-hustle. I am anti-anything that is, going to cause me anything that's going to interfere with my peace of mind, that's going to sacrifice my soul and sanity or compromise my health and happiness. I am not about that life. I used to be. I used to wear that like a badge of honor with ease. Wore it proudly on my sleeve. Hard worker, hustle hard. All the things. I did it all for a long time, and I'm not willing to do it anymore because I have a choice in what my life looks like. And so do you. Right? And so do you. And so I want you to think about what that vehicle might be for you that's going to get you on the path of freedom. For me, is business ownership. Business ownership has always been the vehicle for me that is going to get me and has gotten me on my path of freedom. It is what's going to create that change in your economic status and actually change the trajectory of your life. And that could be a lot of different types of things in business ownership, right? That's a very broad spectrum of things. Business ownership, you can do so many things, right? Again, it is just one vehicle. For you, that could look like, entrepreneurship in some facet, like, coaching and consulting, which is what I started off doing, what I still do, because that is an easy entry, right? It is a low barrier to enter into that, whatever your industry is, within the coaching and consulting space, within the realms of the online space. You can package yourself up right now as the expert, as the leader in your industry, and monetize your skills, your God-given talents, and offer your services to someone who needs them. someone who needs a solution to a problem that they have. And then once you get good at that and master that and make money from that, then you can start branching off to other areas, like I did, which is digital products. Okay. I created a diversified portfolio in my real estate portfolio, which is virtual wholesaling. That's a business I run with my son. So it's, and then, you have to, of course, hire out eventually a team who can do some things for you so that you're, again, not burning out trying to do all the things. But it is something you could actually do before hiring a team. You can actually do all of it yourself initially when you're just getting started, make a great income from it, and then branch off in other areas of real estate if real estate is your thing, right? So, again, you've got to create what that might look like for you. I can't tell you what that is. I can certainly give you examples. I can go deeper into what some of those things are for me, what I chose to do, what works for me. And perhaps you can incorporate some of those things in your own life. But you absolutely can decide that for yourself. I'm not here to tell you what your free life and what freedom should look and feel like for you. Because again, it's about being the boss of you, not me being the boss of you, right? So again, for me, coaching and consulting was the lowest hanging fruit. I've always been 100% virtual. That means I can work remotely from anywhere in the world that I choose. And then I have real estate in my back pocket, right? I also have digital products such as eBooks and courses. Once you create it and do the work for that, it becomes more of a passive income source, income stream. But that's another source of income, right? So we're generating revenue that we don't have to work hard for, that we don't have to, struggle to create. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. And there's a market for it. People are demanding it. And you just need to figure out where your corner of a piece of the pie is in the world, right? How can you get a piece of the American dream, right? And again, that starts with you envisioning what freedom looks like for you and how can you create it for yourself. You can also do affiliate marketing. You can also, eventually get brand deals. You can do, dividend stocks, right? There's so many things. I mean, I could just go on and on for days, but that this video is not necessarily about all the things that you can do, but it's about reminding you, or at least prompting you, that even though you may be getting caught up in the busyness of your days, that what's important right now is for you to take a pause and reflect on your life with, think about where you are right now. Ask yourself the hard questions or the easy questions that might be easy to answer, which is, are you satisfied with your life right now? Are you happy with where you are right now? Are you feeling like you have a life that makes you feel free? And if not, the only place that you're really incarcerated is up here in your mind, because you're deciding that for yourself. Okay? The only place that you are, the only reason why you are not free is because you are not allowing yourself to be, or taking the time to find the ways to be free. Okay? So again, I really and truly want you to give this some serious thought. Instead of moving about in life just being miserable, doing things that don't light you up, things you're not passionate about, things that don't bring you joy, working for somebody for the rest of your life, being told what to do and when to do it, having somebody else dictate your life and telling you what you can do and when you can do it, when you can be off work and when you can't, going into work sick because you don't have any more sick days on the book. Like, that's ridiculous. Nobody has the right for the rest of your life to tell you what you can or can't do and when you can and can't do it. You understand? So I'm really serious. I want you to hone in, like, this is the weekend. I want you to take this time for yourself and figure out, what do you want your life to be? Who do you want to be known for? What do you want your legacy to look like, to feel like? And I'm not talking about just leaving a legacy behind when you're long gone, when you're dead and gone. I'm talking about one that you can live in right now. You want to be able to live within and experience your own legacy. And then when you do pass, you've built generational wealth and you've built a legacy that was revolving around freedom. And that freedom resulted in you being able to leave something beautiful and memorable for the people you love and care about the most. And then your legacy will live on. So if you haven't taken time to do that for yourself, I'm urging you to do that for yourself. I'm urging you to. Because if not now, then when? And if not at all, then what is the alternative? What is the alternative? So, the job is not the only thing, the only way to make money. A paycheck is great for steady income, but at any moment, those jobs can let you go like that, and it won't be a thing to them. It would just be a business decision. Meanwhile, your life is flipped upside down because you were ill prepared, because you didn't take time to consider what else you might be able to do in the event that ever happened to you. And you should always be ready, stay ready, so that you don't have to get ready for that job loss, right? For the unthinkable to happen, for losing one of your income streams, for something else happening in your business or a side gig that, a slow season in business or something that happened in your side gig that you weren't prepared for. It can happen. It can happen to any one of us because that's life, right? That's life. So, what does it look like for you? What does freedom mean to you? What is the definition of success for you? And I would just say, make sure you always have something in your back pocket. Something to fall back on. Okay? And make your main thing your main thing. Don't give yourself the option to fail, Or if you do fail, learn from your mistakes so that you can get better, stronger, wiser, evolve more, right? Use your failure as feedback. Use your failure as fuel. And tell yourself it has to work or it has to work. Like, plan B is plan A. Okay? There is no other plan. This is the plan. This is what it is. This is what my life has to be. Because if it isn't that, if it isn't what I created to be, what I designed it to be, then what is the alternative? So that's really all I have to say today. I've been trying to make these daily live streams, daily dose of vitamin D3, shorter. but I always have so much value to give. I always have so much to say, and I really want to bring you into the conversation because it's so important for you to change the trajectory of your life and that of your bloodline, those people, your loved ones who depend on you. Okay? So really give this some thought and then come back and let me know what you decided. I would love to hear from you. So it's a beautiful day out here. I am going to tune out. Be sure to share this video with others who need to hear this message. And as always, and until next time, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now.